IPP actually is an individual program plan that is created for a variety of different reasons.
Sometimes what we'll find, teachers will start to notice that a student may be having difficulty, or there seems to be something that's getting in the way of learning, and we'll look at areas where we can put some adaptations in place. So it's strategies that may be used to help ensure that our students are being successful with the curriculum. If we need to go further, that's where we will develop an individualized program plan where we're coming up with outcomes that may differ from the day-to-day curriculum.
There are a variety, yes, of different IPPs. For some students, it could be academic-based. Maybe they have some literacy or mathematical challenges. For some students, it might be a social IPP where, might not be able to regulate their emotions. They need some social skills around society's norms. Maybe it's a student who is unable to dress themselves or unable to put on their jacket.
We need to be sure that we've done everything possible to engage our students in learning prior to developing in individualized outcomes. So as part of the Minister's Action Plan, she gave us criteria that teams will discuss prior to determining whether or not a student has a need for an individualized program.
So some of the criteria is, assessments. We look at a student's their strengths, we look at their challenges, we look at their interests as well as their aspirations. We look at the learning style of a particular student and how best they actually learned. We look at their ability, their cognitive or even their physical challenges that they might have and how best we can support a particular student when they come into the school system.
I support school teams with having those discussions around who the students are in terms of their strengths and their challenges and interests, and looking at those culturally relevant practices in the sense of what the student is bringing into the classroom so that we can make their programming as relevant as possible so that they're engaged in their learning, because engagement will lead to success.
It's very important, especially for the program planning specialist, to help the schools on how to have those meaningful conversations and how to allow the parents to bring some voice to the program planning process. There's things that a parent knows that can be very valuable to the programming that's going to take place within the school. And if we have access to that, then we are able to provide the best supports so they can be the best student that they can be.
Transition planning is not an add-on. It's something that we discuss with our school teams and with parents right from the onset.
And we look at the transition as a partnership. Parents can actually contribute, the student contributes, as well as the staff at the school contribute, as well as the community.
And we want our students to be self-advocates and to be as independent as possible with the outcomes that we are going to be putting into place. And when I'm talking about outcomes, I'm talking about goals that they want them to achieve that are going to make them successful as they transition either from school to school, grade to grade, or transfer from school into the community.
And that's what the transition plan is. It's not just what happens within the school environment. It's beyond those classroom doors. So when that student goes out into the environment, they have some of those social skills. They're able to navigate themselves in the community. They're able to, use transportation if that was part of their, or map reading, part of their transition plan. It encompasses a variety of different things, but having said that, every student is very unique, so every transition plan will look different.
What else is exciting is seeing our students advocate for themselves, getting to know who they are as a learner, because we use that language with our students as well, where we want them to talk about their strengths and challenges and interests, because we're not always going to be with them. We want them to know who they are so that they can be as independent as possible in asking for what they need, so that they can be independent and contributing members of their communities.